Game 4 between the Spurs and Grizzlies in the grindhouse. What a contest this one was. Early in the fourth, Troy Daniels. String music. Grizz up by 8. Great play by Daniels, followed by a pretty bad dab right there. Less than a minute to go. Spurs down 1. Kawhi Leonard. Big time bucket. He had a monster fourth quarter. Spurs back up by 2. Then it's more Leonard. Pull up Jay. Count it. Spurs retake the lead. Ensuing possession from Memphis, Mike Conley driving off balance. This contest all tied at 96. We would need bonus basketball in Memphis. Tony Parker finds Patty Mills. What a block by Andrew Harrison. On the other end, Marc Gasol. Basket and one. What a huge swing. This game all tied up at 102. Less than 20 seconds to go. Leonard from the corner. Monster contest for him. Playoff career high 43. Time winding down. Contest tied at 108. Marc Gasol with the go-ahead bucket. That would turn out to be your game winner. Spurs fall to the Grizzlies 110-108. This series all tied at 2 games apiece. Mike Conley, 35 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. What a battle between Leonard and Conley. Leonard scored 16 straight to end the fourth for the Spurs, but that was still not enough. I don't know who you were more impressed with, the Conley or Leonard.
Yeah, they were both unbelievable. This was Conley's best game of the series, and it was interesting because late in this game, during key possessions where it was back and forth at the end of regulation and overtime, it was Kawhi that was checking Conley because Conley was so effective in this game, not just scoring on his own, but creating plays for his Grizzlies teammates that popped through Kawhi. Not unsurprisingly, he throws Kawhi on Conley, and even then, that's how good Conley was. With Kawhi on him, still was able to make certain plays and get around picks. He made a huge floater in the lane to send this thing to overtime with a big regulation bucket to send us to an extra 5 minutes. And then it was Gasol there with a really tough contested shot, Aldridge in his face, and makes the running floater. This was just desperation mode as far as I'm concerned for the Memphis Grizzlies. They realized, the chances of us going to San Antonio and winning are tougher than us winning at home. Slim. It's slim. So the Spurs this year, the past several years, just don't give up many ball games at home. So I think they realized they had to win this game, and Conley really was everything. He was so good. As good as Gasol and some other guys were on this team, Green and others, it was the Mike Conley show. Without him, this game wouldn't have even been close. And not only, when I say without him having a monster game. Because he's had 20 and 7, he's at 24 and 8, but 35, 9 and 8. He took the game over.
Yeah, just timely buckets whenever they need a score. He was there to provide it, also getting other guys involved. When you kind of look at the box score, the Grizzlies had 22 turnovers. So for the fact that they were able to overcome 22 turnovers and still win this contest and overcome the onslaught by Kawhi Leonard, but that Andrew Harrison play, because it was 102-100, the Spurs could have gone up 4, and then the Grizzlies go back the other way.
Go up 1.
And they go up 1 on the basket and 1 by Gasol. We're going to talk a lot about Conley and everything like that, but that defensive play, that kind of epitomizes, right, what the Grizzlies are about. A team that plays defense that never quits.
Grinding in the grindhouse. Part of grinding in the grindhouse is making a defensive play like that. And let's just face it, Harrison is not a guy we talk very much about, but he came up with a huge play. And I think certainly when you look at the condensed nature of overtime and the ebbs and flows, they're more impactful. There's only 5 minutes total of overtime, and when you got a play like that where it's basically a 5-point swing potentially, like Clement said, if San Antonio is able to score, instead, now the Grizzlies come down and get an and one. It was a huge play, and I think really it allowed everyone in the arena, especially the Grizzlies, to just exhale like, all right, we in this. We can make plays too, and we can make plays on both ends. Just like they hang their hat on, we can make plays on both ends too. And how typical for both of these teams. I think the defense is really what fuels their offense, and that's what happened on the play. Harrison eventually getting it to Gasol and him getting the old school 3-point play. As great as Conley was, as amazing as this win was for the Grizzlies, Kawhi Leonard was truly something special in this game. I mean, it really was. It got to a point where it was something unbelievable. 11 straight points total, 16 points for the Spurs to end the regulation. Threes, mid-range jumpers, literally just stealing the ball, going down and one. whatever it needed, he gave them. He was so good.
Cannot overstate that.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. Game 5 will be at the AT&T Center. Greg Popovich, when his team is tied at 2 going into a Game 5, his squads are 5-0, so the Spurs may have an edge. We'll see how it all plays out.